Hi, I'm MJ from the Ascension School of Spirituality with my partner Sally Boyd, and we're really happy to introduce you to Ruzica Howell. She's going to start her Oracle card reading class, a step-by-step beginner's guide. Welcome, Ruzica.
Thank you so much. Thank you, MJ and Sally, for being so supportive and providing this platform into ASOS. So I just wanted to share with everyone that I have two courses that are coming, and we're going to talk about the first one. And the first one will be offered in March, and that is the art of card reading, and it's a step-by-step beginner's guide. So why am I doing this? It's really about assisting people in finding out answers for themselves. So you may be asking yourself, is it even okay to use cards? What would I do? How do I begin? What do I learn when I use cards? How do I do a card reading? And can I get an answer about life's questions? Can I use them for daily guidance? Is it actually a divination tool? And, do I have a set of cards that are lying around that I really am not sure of how to use? So that's the kind of things that we're going to talk about. That's just a brief little oversight. So I just wanted to show you actually two cards that I pulled just before this session. And it really aligns with my mission, and that is to assist people to find themselves, their self-compassion, their love, and their kindness for themselves. And so I do want to show you two of the cards that came up just before. So I'm just going to... Here's what I pulled. And the very first card was Sarah LaCallie. And she's the queen of the outsider. So she had spent a great deal of time being considered not like everyone else. But in her heart of hearts, she knew herself so well. And the card says, I've arrived. I am where I will always be, in love. And that really resonates with me when we're talking about how do oracle cards or tarot cards relate to what's happening in our lives. When we talk about compassion, that is what is an answer to some of my questions. The other one is Enhenduiana, and that's the high priestess. I love this saying. It says, I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. So we will actually pull a card later on for the whole group, and just because we'll go over what needs to, how you can read a card. So let's go over some of the basics that the course will cover. So let me tell you what the course has to offer. We're going to actually talk about, is our cards hocus pocus? Like, is there really anything substantial behind the cards? And I want you to know that there currently is research, and we're going to review what that research tells us about using cards. We're going to find out how you can use your own strength in your story when you're pulling your cards. We're going to look at the benefits, because there's so many benefits when we begin the daily practice of card reading. Then we're going to move into how do we prepare ourselves for card reading. And there's very important select steps that you need to get in place, and that's going to be covered. We're going to move into communicating with the universe, and that's really talking about your intuition. Like, what does your intuition, what is your strength intuition going to be? And once you know that, then you know what the strength will be when you are card reading. We will talk about what an oracle is, and we're going to go over the tarot system very globally, because that is a system that you'll need to really dive into. This is not something that you can just do as a beginner. This is something you have to actually practice and study. We're going to talk about symbology of cards, what they mean. We're going to talk about what colors are, the themes of cards, because there are so many types of decks out there. We're going to talk about why you would choose a certain deck for a certain type of reading. People will always have questions about, how do I ask the right question, or what question needs to be asked? And we're going to go over what those sample questions are. you will be provided those so that you can engage yourself in reading cards while we're together. We're going to which is one of my favorites, is look at the characters. There's always a character that is doing some type of action on a card. And they're either, in the midst of something, or they're looking back, or they're they're posing, they have a certain facial expression. We're going to get into what that means and how you would interpret that in your card reading. There's a story always with the cards. And when we say that, generally I've seen people just pull out cards and say, oh, this is what it means, this is what it means. But really, you have to look at, when you are pulling more than one card, what is the story that's being told? And what is your interpretation? How does it relate to that question that you have posed? I think it's one of the most significant things to think about, and we will review that as part of this beginner's course. We're going to move into 1 and 3 card readings. So by the end of this course, you will be able to pull 3 cards for 3 specific questions and answer those questions. The other piece that goes with finding out what that story means when you pull your cards is that you need to journal. We're going to look at the benefits of journaling and why it's really worked for me and for so many card readers. At the end of this course, you're going to be able to do a reading for yourself. You can even get a friend and do a reading for a friend. So know that that is something that you will walk away with. You will receive a PDF of the course so that you can go back and revisit what we've discussed when you have some questions that come up. As well, you're going to receive an info guide. This guide will provide you the 7 steps to getting ready to do a card reading. It's a great little guide that you can carry around with you whenever you feel like you want to pull a card. So join me on March the 18th, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and we can go over the art of card reading.